Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today in Legends ReWritten, we're going to be going over all of the new best possible gear setups, weapons, artifacts, all that good stuff, and how to obtain it so you guys can get all of the new stuff for yourselves. So right off the bat, you are going to want to get at least 150 defense and 150 attack for all of the gear, and you're going to need at least like 120, 135 magic. Let's go over the armor set first. So the main best armor set in the game right now is going to be the Rotted Knight set. The Rotted Knight helmet is 1200 HP, 500 mana. The Rotted Knight chest piece is 1900 HP, 650 mana. And the Rotted Knight leg plates is 1450 HP and 550 mana, and you need 150 defense to wear any of it. However, there is a lot more to the gear set than that. In order to get them, you must travel to this island over here. I'm putting my cursor on it. It's to the right side of the main spawn island. When you get to the island, you will find a bunch of caves. In the center of the island, there will be a campfire that says use one frenzy ore to summon the Rotted Knight. And in order to summon the Rotted Knight, of course, you need Frenzy Ore. And this area here is roughly where you can find it, in the Flower Village area. Or you can also just hope other players have it to spawn it in for you. You do unfortunately need 150 mining in order to get Frenzy Ore, so that is kind of annoying. So from the Knight itself, you're actually just going to be farming embers from him, because the new armor set, unlike normal armor sets is just drop from a boss, this new armor set is all craftable. So he's going to be dropping a ton of ember, so you need one Frenzy Ore and a bunch of ember for every single piece in order to craft. It is a little bit of a tedious farm because you need 150 smithing, 150 defense, and 150 mining to get it. Overall, it isn't just that gear set that's really good. The Hawkeye gear set's really good too. The Hawkeye robe or chest piece, whatever you want to call it, has 1000 HP, 800 mana boost. The Hawkeye pants is 1000 HP, 750 mana boost. And then the Hawkeye hat is 800 HP, 500 mana boost, and they all require 150 attack in order to use them instead of defense. So if you can get your attack up faster than your defense, then you could definitely use that stuff instead. Now, the spot that you will find the Hawk boss is going to be on the Colosseum Island, which is basically straight off the main spawn island. If you just go out straight on a boat, you will find it. It's right here where I'm hovering my cursor over it. He spawns in fall on the first day at 12 o'clock, so make sure you're on the Colosseum Island at that time. And this boss fight is a really big challenge. However, he drops a lot of the most important stuff. As you guys can see, with a massive team, you can kill him really quickly, but it is very difficult to solo, and he's probably the hardest boss in the game right now. He also drops the best weapon in the game, the Master Blade, which is the weapon that I recommend you use the most. Its V attack is absolutely insane. It does incredible damage, except its drop rates are really bad, so it is going to be a really big struggle to actually get it, but once you do, you definitely are going to be wanting to use it. Now, the neck piece you're going to pretty much always want to use after this update are the drums. The drums are really good, 500 HP, 500 mana, and they come from the Lightning God. So where the Lightning God spawns is on top of this huge floating island here. In the springtime, there is a portal that spawns in that you can enter the teleport up there, or just use Esper magic to fly up there. He spawns in on the first day of spring at 7 o'clock, and then he drops those drums, which is basically the new best neck piece. And he also drops the Lightning Rod, which is a weapon that we're going to talk about quite a bit, because the Lightning Rod is really good. So the Lightning Rod with the drums is basically the best combo, and if you also have the Lightning artifact on, you get even more damage. And overall, it's just a very good weapon set. You get 50% more damage with the Lightning artifact if you have the drums on, and it's just absolutely insane. So now let's kind of talk about the actual best combination of all the gear that I talked about. So what you're going to want to use for your helmet is the Rotted Knight helmet. You're going to want to use the Rotted Knight chest piece, and then in my opinion, the Hawkeye pants are a little bit better than the Rotted Knight leg plates, because you're getting 200 more mana and you're only losing 450 HP. And honestly, you still get 5.9 thousand HP, which is plenty, and then you get 2.7 thousand mana, which is just a little bit better in my opinion. Of course, you're using the Taiko drums, and then the weapons really depend. You can definitely use the Lightning Rod. Like, the Lightning Rod is really good and a lot easier to get than the Yuri Blade. But if you get the blade, the Master Blade, Yuri Blade, whatever you want to call it, this is the overall best weapon you could possibly get, and you're definitely going to want to shoot for this. It's just going to take a really long time to get it because the drop rates are really bad. Now, the best blessing in my opinion right now is going to be Wardo, because time stop freezes all of the new bosses. Either Wardo or the healing blessing is going to be best. The authority you're going to want is going to be greed. The way you get greed is really complicated. First, you must get the authority drop from Regulus himself in World 1, and then you must complete the quest line starting with this quest here. It takes a little bit of time, but it is definitely worth it. Basically what it does is it reflects all incoming magic attacks, just like what Regulus does when you fight him. It's a very powerful ability. And now let's get into the magics and the artifacts you're going to want. So in my opinion, you're going to want lightning. You can easily just get lightning from Lightning God. You can also get lightning from the spawn in World 1 during spring. And in lightning, you're going to want to be using Lightning Strike. You're also going to want to get the gum magic, which comes from the mimic chests. And with the gum magic, you're going to want to be using both the Gatling gun and the gear 2 in your spec slot. And then you're also going to want to have the dark magic, which comes from the water forward raid. And then you're going to want to use liberation with it. Now this is going to be your best magic combination. And what the spec does from the gum magic is it gives you a 50% damage boost for a short amount of time with basically no negative effects. And unlike Super Saiyan, which gives you a bigger damage buff, but it drains your stamina and mana, this isn't draining stamina and mana, and instead you just get a lot of good damage from it, so it's really good. And then Gatling Gun, Liberation, and the other move from Lightning is just insane. If you happen to not have the 3 Magics Game Pass, I would kind of recommend using Gum and Dark over Dark and Lightning, and if you do this combination, I'd recommend using Gatling Gun, Gum Bazooka, and then also Liberation. Now, I'm saying this mainly because you get a really good dash with Gum. Now, Lightning and Dark is also a very solid combo because, you know, you do get this dash still. And then if you do this combo, what I'd recommend you do is definitely use Lightning Strike as your third. Then I'd also recommend doing Liberation and then probably either Black Hole, because Black Hole is really spammable, or a Dark Void. But overall, I do think Gum and Dark is better than Lightning and Dark. Now, if you don't have lightning magic, you can always just use Tremor instead, which comes from the Marine Forward raid. I don't know why I said Water Forward earlier. And is really good. You want to use the 2nd and 4th move, or just a 4th move. Fantastic DPS on that too. And overall, this is going to be your best weapon setups, the best blessing, best spec, and best authority. Now, for ranged weapons, there really isn't any fantastic range weapons. The Cosmic Gun Lance is pretty dang good, and it is really good for getting 150 range, but besides that, its damage isn't amazing. There are better things, and the Sacred Spear is also a little bit good nowadays. It comes from Meliodas in World 1, who spawns in the fall, but still, overall, you're going to mainly want to be going for the Master Blade and then also the Lightning Rod. Anyways, that is going to be the best gear setups in the game. Let me know down below if you guys have any questions. Hopefully this helped you guys figure out what weapons you want to get, what armor, what magic, and all that. And yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and I do plan to make an artifact tier list sometime later this week, so do stay tuned for that. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all later.